Welcome to Sister FeFe channel, where you are welcome here. Hey guys, we are excited to have our girl Lelani in the building. Many people know this young lady, but you guys are getting ready to learn more about her today. So I want to say welcome aboard, sis. Welcome aboard. Thank you so much for coming in and chiming in with Sister FeFe. It means the world to me. Let me tell you something. Sis, uh, the I Love Lisa Michelle show, that's your girl. She's the one that told me about you. I been knew about you. She said, Leilani is my girl. And I said, okay, okay. She talked highly of you. It's many of people that loves you. They love you. It's something about you that they love. And I see what it is. You're yourself. You have a testimony. And the people need to hear that testimony. You blew me away on my live stream. It was yesterday, I think. It was yesterday I did the, was it yesterday I
Mhm.
did the live?
Yeah, it was yesterday.
It was yesterday. You touched my heart, Leilani, uh, with the story of your aunt. That touched my heart. It opened my eyes even more to be, you know, aware, Felicia. God opened up this door for you to lose weight. This this is a sad moment to hear this. So at this time, I'm just gonna pause from there, and I'm gonna let you introduce yourself to the audience at this time.
Okay. Well, hello everybody. I am Leilani from Leilani's Kitchen. Um, my channel is really about me cooking because that's what I do. Um, but I'm also a single mother of two girls, and we also, do stuff together on my channel. It's just like I call it a gumbo channel because we do a little bit of everything,
Okay.
because it's just me being me. It's not any kind of specific anything. It's just us in our, daily, day to day, whatever might have to be happening that I decide to turn the camera on. So yeah, that's what my channel is.
And they saying that we're echoing, so I'm gonna if you will mute yourself and see, I'm gonna see if they can hear, if the echo goes when we do it back and forward. So I want to say, okay, so now we know a little bit about Leilani. Today we're going to be talking about our weight loss story. And for many people that are on YouTube, may not have known that Leilani uh, had um, the surgery or lost weight. You know, we're just getting to know her. I didn't know it. And so, some things that she's going to share today, guys, we all are going to be learning this young lady even more. And not only just her, but you're going to get to know Sister FeFe even more. Because a lot of people don't know. She may didn't know that I was a sleeve sister. So today we're gonna talk about it. Thank you, Sunshine. Thank you so much, guys. But so at this time we're gonna talk about what made you have the weight loss surgery.
Okay, so I at one point had actually gotten up to over 600 pounds. I don't know exactly how much I weighed because scales didn't go that high. They wanted me to go and go to the post office and get on the male scale to find out how much I weighed, and I wasn't doing that. So I never knew exactly what my weight was. I just know it was over 600 pounds. And so I have 2 slip discs and a pinched nerve in my lower back, and I have compressed discs in my upper. And even at over 600 pounds, I could still walk 2-3 miles. I could do the splits. I could do anything I wanted to do. I didn't seem like a over 600-pound person. It wasn't, my 600-pound life and I was stuck in the bed and didn't do anything. No, I went to work every day. I went walking every day. I went and did all kinds of stuff. Okay. I was not a, you know, immobile person. Like, for someone to find out how much I weighed, to be like, really? But yeah. But what happened was my back started messing up on me. And I actually was working one night. I think I'd worked a lot. I'd done like a lot of overtime. And it was right after 9/11. So we had a lot of mandatory overtime for a long time after 9/11. I worked for Hertz car reservations at that time. And so, flights were canceled and blah, blah, blah. So we had to be there on the phones so people could get cars to try to get home, because all the flights had been canceled, so many flights. And so I done a lot of overtime. I think I was probably working like 80-hour weeks. Okay. And so this particular night, I got off work about 3 o'clock in the morning and went home, took a bath, went to bed. I woke up in the middle of the morning, early morning or whatever, got up and went to the bathroom, and, I thought I was fine. I went to the restroom, washed my hands, turned around to come out. And when I got to my hallway, my back was just done. And I think like my bladder being full was like pushing against the nerves and the discs that were, messed up. And when I emptied it, it was allowed to, swell up at that moment. And I just saw suddenly like this pain hit me and I just hit the floor. I just went straight down. I could not get up. If I tried to use my arms, it hurt so bad I couldn't breathe. If I tried to move my legs, it hurt so bad I couldn't breathe. And I just laid there because all I could think was, if I call 911, I'm going to be on the news because they're going to be like, 600-pound Black woman. They had to call, a crane to come and get her out this house because they couldn't come in and pick me up. So I was like, I'm not calling 911. So I just laid there. And what I ended up doing was the phone cord. Well, the phones in my apartment that I had, they only had one jack in the whole house, and it was in the kitchen. And I had run a line from my kitchen all the way down, like down the wall, across the bottom, and over to my room. So I actually grabbed that cord and I popped it. I pulled all those tacks until I dragged the phone from my room to me in the hallway. And I tried to call my aunt. And when I called her, she was, my aunt was like addicted to pain medication. And so sometimes she would, dope herself up and she'd be out of it. So when I called her, she was out of it. Like she wasn't, there. I was like, hey, Brenda, I'm laying on my floor. I can't get up and move. And she was like, okay, well, call me back. And she hung up. And so I was like, okay, well, that's not going to be any help. So I just kind of laid there. And I probably laid there for a good hour or so, trying to figure out how am I going to get off this floor. Well, I had a chair that was right at the corner of the hallway. And I was like, okay, I know what I'll do. I'll get into the chair and I'll be able to, stand up from the chair, and then I can go to my room. I pulled the chair over to where I was, and I tried, dragging myself up into the chair. Like I had to do all kinds of praying and breathing. And I was like, okay, I'll be able to do it when I get to the chair. So I pulled myself up in that chair. When I got into that chair, the pressure of me being bent hit me, and it was so bad I just straightened my whole body out and just slid straight back down to the floor. So I was like, oh Lord, I can't do this. Nope, absolutely not. And so I ended up laying there for a lot longer. And I finally figured out I was just rolled myself over to my stomach, and I used my fingers and my toes to pull myself into my room. I laid next to my bed for, I don't know, an hour or two, however long I laid there, until I got enough strength to pull myself up into my bed. And I was just there for like 24 hours. I just couldn't do
Now,
anything.
now, can I ask you this? So now you are down on the ground. I mean, you're down on the ground, and you finally make it up. Um, in the bed. What was your thought? What was your thought? Was it like, God, if you help me to get up, I'm going to change my life. I cannot. I mean, were you just panicking? I mean, what was that thought like?
Well, at that point, I still didn't know what the problem was. So I was just like, I just need this pain, to go away. Just, let me just lay here and let me let this, relax so I can get up. Because I mean, I've had back pain, had back problems since I was a child. Since I was a child, I had back problems. So I wasn't,
You
I
were
never knew
used
what
to
the
it.
problems were.
Let me ask you this: were you morbid obese as a child, or just overweight as a child?
No, I
So
wasn't
you,
morbidly obese or overweight as a child.
oh, so you were slim with this problem.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So you
Mm-hmm.
had this health issue as a child. And then let me ask you this. When did you recognize uh, that you are, you know, you're gaining weight? It has gotten out of control. When did you recognize that?
Honestly and truly, for me, I never recognized that I was as big as I was. Like I didn't see it, because I guess because I'm so tall. I'm 6 feet tall. I am a freaking Amazon. You know, I'm a big woman, period. I'm 6 feet tall. And so, like I said, at over 600 pounds, I didn't look over 600 pounds. I looked big, but I didn't look like what people see when they see someone who's 600 pounds. When we picture somebody that's 600 pounds, we're picturing those people that are stuck in the bed. It's just this big old oversized person. Their legs, they don't close, their arms don't go down. That wasn't me. That wasn't me. If you looked at me, you would assume, oh, she's probably, 200, 300 pounds. When I was at 600 pounds, that you looked at me and you were like, oh, she's probably 200, 300 pounds. Like, I did not look 600.
Wow. Let me ask you this. I'm gonna have you to mute yourself because Sunshine is saying that when you speak it echoes. So I'm gonna see if this will help out. Thank you, Sunshine. And we don't want to. I want to go up really fast and thank everybody that has came in down with Zion. Thank you so much, Sunshine. Thank you so much for coming in. Hey to you. Hello, Sunshine. Let's see. Yes, they say that lovely Lonnie. That is awesome. Thank you so much, Sunshine. Please remember to smash up. We really appreciate that. Thank you so much, Dynamite, reminding them for that. Queen Crazy, God bless you. I believe I want to try to get you on Queen Crazy. I believe that you had the surgery as well. I'm not for sure, but I need to check back on your journey. Metro say, hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Happy New Year's. Thank you so much, Metro, for coming in. We appreciate you. Eats with FeFe, thank you so much, sweetheart, for coming in. You guys, hopefully soon, Eat with FeFe will be on the live with me pretty soon, sharing her testimony. Guys, that's me. I'm 5'9". I don't look overweight, 300 pounds. Yes, I most definitely thank God for you guys for saying that. But for sharing your hearts. And guys, please spam up the comment because we want to most definitely piggyback off of that as well. But I want to say to Lelani is that I thank you for sharing this, sweetheart, because I wish my mom was on here to talk about her journey, and I won't go into it. But your story reminds me of my mom. My mom was so heavy that she could not weigh herself at the doctor's office back then. Now she's older than us, way older than us. But I remember what you're talking about. She had to go to like this, like it was like this supply store where we lived in North Carolina, and they that weighed like feed and stuff. Well, she had to get on there, and I believe because of denial, she can't remember. She couldn't remember what those numbers were. And my mom was, like I said, I want to say 500 plus, most definitely. And she was a lot shorter than you. She was like maybe 5'8", 5'10", between there. But I am very short, and so I myself never got into the 400, but I did get to 380. And so it's still a lot, especially for me being the height that I'm getting ready to share. Y'all gonna laugh. Don't y'all laugh. I am only 5'2". So 5'2" and weighing 380 pounds is a lot. So I was more big versus being tall and hiding your weight. So Leonie, so you're at 600 pounds. You're at 600 pounds. You're you're on the ground. You have managed to try to get help, and there was no help to be found or would not come at the time. And somewhere in your mind, you said, I got to get up from here. I got to get up from here. I'm going to fight. I'm going to struggle. I'm going to get up from here. I got to do this. So you pushes yourself up, and now you're in the bed. You're trying to figure out this pain. What is going on? So now at this point, um, you're there in the bed. Now, how long did this occur? Like, how long did you stay in there until the pain subsided?
Okay, so I think it was a day. It might have been 2 days that I just laid in the bed. But I laid there until my phone rang, and it was my aunt. And she was asking me, how come you're not at work? But why are you calling my phone? How you know I'm not at work? You called the phone. So, but she was like, why are you not at work? Or she asked me, what was I doing? And I was, I said, just laying here. My back is out. Why are you not at, you're not going to work? And I said, I can't go to work. I can't walk. And she said, you got to go to the doctor. You can't just not go to work. You got bills to pay. So you got to go to work. And the pain had actually lessened at that point, because I got off the phone with her and I was like, let me see if I can get up. And it hurt a lot, but I was actually able to get up at this point. Like, I guess enough of the inflammation had lessened that I was able to go ahead and get up. And so I got up and went, down the stairs. I live in a 2-story apartment. I went, or 2-second floor apartment. I walked down the stairs to my car, and I drove myself to the hospital. And that's when they told me that it was my back. And they gave me some pain medication. And then they also set me up for physical therapy for my back. And so when I started doing the physical therapy, they were giving me like all these exercises to strengthen my back up. And doing that kind of started off like the weight loss. Like, I started losing weight just from that. Now, let me also say, the way I gained weight isn't because I ate a lot. I didn't eat a lot. I never ate a lot. I didn't eat. Not eating, I killed my metabolism. I ate once a day. When you don't feed your body all the time, it goes into what's basically like a starvation mode, and it just holds on to whatever you finally give it. And you will gain weight not eating. Like, people think if you're overweight, you got to eat a lot of food. It's not necessarily true.
I can identify with you, Leilani, with that. I can identify that because I was the same way. I was the same way, and since I had the weight loss, I eat more frequently and more, and my weight is still coming off. So that is truly true. Now we have Metro say I am 6.5 and almost 200 pounds plus high hidden potential and strength. Hey, that is tall. Wow. Wow. So, okay. So now, okay, Leilani, you are getting this physical therapy. You're exercising. Uh, when did that day click in your mind or was presented to you? Why not have weight loss surgery?
Okay, so my aunt had had weight loss surgery. I want to say maybe about a year prior, but it wasn't successful. Like, I watched her. Number one, she almost died when she had it. And then number two, the first one she had was, I think, the band. And so she had it, and my aunt was a very hard-headed person. She didn't like following rules. She didn't want to do what somebody told her to do. She wanted to do stuff her own way. But it's like she had the surgery, and I guess she just figured it was just going to just work, like it was going to be magic. But what she did was, when she had the surgery, she realized she couldn't eat. Because, I mean, when you first have surgery, you're supposed to be on a liquid diet anyway. She didn't want to be on a liquid diet. Like, she didn't like following rules. She tried to eat some food. The food got stuck. She had to go back in the hospital, of course. And then after that, she was scared to try to eat food, so she wouldn't eat food. She started buying ice cream. She would go to Brahms, which is an ice cream / restaurant here in Oklahoma, and she would get a large is this big, like, I mean large. She would get a large vanilla shake and a large cherry limeade shake. And that was what she had.
Was that, I'm sorry to interrupt, was that after she had the surgery?
Mm-hmm. That's when she had the lap band. And so she would have these 2 shakes. Like, that's what she drank all day long, would be these 2 shakes. So initially, she did lose some weight. Like, she lost maybe like 45, 50 pounds within the first month, because that's just an automatic thing, because you go from eating to eating nothing. And so you lose all this water. First off, you're going to lose a lot of water weight. However much water your body holds, you lose that the day, day you have surgery in the hospital. You lose all the water that's in your body. When I had my surgery, for water weight that I lost the night I had surgery, I lost 50 pounds in the hospital. Just water. I hold a lot of water. So she lost all the water that was in her body. She lost that weight. And then she lost, a few extra pounds on top of it. Okay. So she went from like wearing like a size 26, 28 dress, and she went down to about a 20. And then she started going back up again. That's all she lost. She lost that amount, and then she started going back up again. Well, her doctor would be asking her, what are you eating? What's going on? It's got to be something. And she said, I'm not eating anything. All I can do is drink. I just drink. I can't eat any food. All I'm doing is drinking. Well, she didn't tell him she was drinking shakes. She didn't tell him that part. She didn't say, I'm drinking 2 large shakes.
So she was in denial. So do you feel like watching her, you you had mixed feelings, like, I don't know if I want to do it, or yeah, I want to do it. So watching her go through the ups and downs, did that prolong you at first from having the surgery?
It did, and it did. So what it did was, I I wanted the surgery because like I'm trying to lose weight, but I'm not because I still didn't eat right. Like I'm still only eating like I'm trying to eat healthy. I'm eating salads and healthy stuff, but I'm still only eating once a day. I'm not doing like I'm supposed to. But I didn't really realize at that time that because I didn't only eat once a day, that was a problem. And so um watching her, I was like, well, I don't want to waste my time, and I knew what she did, and I knew what her problem was. So I was like, if I have this surgery, I don't want to be able to have sugar. So I started researching the surgeries and I realized they had one, not what she did, but they had one, which is what I ended up having, which was the Roux-en-Y gastric bypass, where they actually go in and they take out intestines and then they, reroute stuff. And then you can't eat sugar because it goes into your bloodstream and it's going to make you real sick if you try to eat a bunch of sugar. And I was like, that's what I'm going to do. Because I want to make sure I didn't do what she did. And so I was like, okay, I don't want what she had because I don't want the option of knowing I can do that.
Okay, let me ask you this: when you had, because we're gonna kind of fast forward a little bit by asking about what was your you already talked about your beginning weight, your highest weight. What was your highest then surgery and your your highest weight, current weight, and your goal weight?
Okay,
Or I
so
guess
my
to where you
highest
at?
weight before surgery, the day I had surgery, I had actually lost down to 399 pounds. On my own, I did just trying to eat better. I did Weight Watchers, and I got to 399, but then my body just stopped. Like I didn't lose not one more ounce once I got to 399. It was like, no, I'm done. So at that point, I knew if I wanted to keep losing, I had to have surgery. And so when I had my surgery, weight wise, the lowest weight that I ever weighed on the scale was, I think, 245 pounds.
Wow, that is awesome, Leilani. Leilani, I am so excited to hear that. I am so excited. That is huge, huge. So, if nobody said to you, congratulations, Sister FeFe Tyson, today, say, I am super hyped. I am super proud of you. That is amazing. That is amazing. That just gave me hope even more right now because I only been out a year and 3 months, guys, and I have lost 110 pounds total, and so I still have a long way to go. Okay, a long way to go, and this has given me some encouragement. Eat with FeFe. She encouraged me to eat more and drink more. She monitors how I do things on YouTube, and so people are watching us. You know what I mean? They're watching us. So now, you have shared this to the world that I was 600 pounds. I could have been the 600-pound lady on TV. They could have came in and they could have got me off the floor. But my mind said, sound like you were saying, my mind said, I'm getting up from here. I am a conqueror. I can do this. I'm going to achieve this goal. I'm not going to stay here. And this right here got to change. And it sounds like you remind me of me, a plus size, morbid obese person that is a hard worker. It sounds like you are a hard worker, even at the size that you were. So let's talk about being 600 pounds, me being 380 pounds. Let's share to the audience, and I know they probably, hopefully I can get through this without me sound like we're echoing. I want to say this. So you being 600, me being 350, did you see yourself 600 pounds? And did you, I mean, because listen to your story, you moved around like you were 200. And I'm with you. Honey, Sister FeFe was 380, but Sister FeFe could, she could, Hey, I be, hey, I would move and I kept a job. So did you have that same mindset?
Yes, I did. I knew I was big. Like my family had to always tell me I was big. Says my granny. She always had to tell you how big you was. Anything that was an issue, as soon as you walked in the door, she was gonna say it. If I walked in the house and I had been in Houston for the summer and I came in, first thing she was like, "Ooh, you're black." Like that was just my granny. Whatever she felt, it was coming out of her mouth. Um, so I knew I was big, but I didn't see how big. Like I just didn't see it. And I actually did not realize how big I had ever gotten until after I lost weight. So when I was down at I was probably like I said, my lowest was about 245, but I actually gained some back because I didn't like how I looked at 245. Like I looked like I had a big old head, and I looked weird. So I gained a little more. I found that had a more happy size than a happy weight. Like it wasn't about the weight for me. It was like a size where I look normal. Because once I get less than like a size 14, 16. I start looking weird. Like my head is big and my neck is small and I look real funny. And so I got myself back to the size that seemed normal for me.
So in other words, um, you began to as you lost too much weight, you just did not see Leilani.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't see Leilani.
Mm-hmm.
So you do have people that look like they lose too much weight, and they lose it too fast that it makes them look bad. Now, me looking at your picture prior, because I think the picture that I have, it looked like you a tad smaller there, just a tad smaller, and you still gorgeous, either at that size or the size you are now. You're still beautiful. So I can relate. I can relate because like you just feel that way. You feel like either you didn't lose enough, you look like you feel like you're still fat. Now me, that's my story, y'all. I still feel like when I look in the mirror that I'm still that 380. I still see 380. So somewhere, Leilani, you did not see the 600 pounds anymore. You started seeing somebody else. So that's a good topic. That's a good story that let's talk about because we got two different stories. In my eyesight, I look in the mirror, I still see a big 300 big person. And then when I look at a picture, I'm like, oh wow, I did lose weight. That's really the only time I can tell the difference. What about you?
Okay, so this is me at 600 plus pounds, if you can see that. That's me at 600 plus pounds. So I look like a big person, but I don't look 600. So that's what I look like. So here we go. Here's a better one. This is my grandparents' 50th wedding anniversary. This was
Yeah, you don't look 600 there.
this was the year before I had my surgery because my granny died not too long after this. Okay. So that was me at my largest. I knew I was big, but I didn't see it. When I saw it was after I had lost weight and when my granny died, and I was going through pictures because she always told me, growing up, when I pass away, you need to go in the house, you take all my pictures, put all the pictures away somewhere because when family come over, they will steal your pictures. And so when my granny died, I flew up here And that's what I did. I went in, I started getting all the pictures. I was trying to put all the pictures together so I could put them all in a box and hide the pictures. Because she always told me, hide the pictures because family will come to your house and steal your pictures. And so as I'm doing that, I'm going through and I'm looking at pictures and I see this picture of this big woman. And I'm like, who is this? You know, and I'm staring and staring, and like, it's not my face. The person is turned around. So it's the back of this really big woman. And I'm like, who is that? You know, and I'm trying to figure it out. And I'm like, I can't think of any cousins that it is. I can't think of any aunts it is. I'm like, who is this big old woman? And then finally my eyes recognized the shirt. And I was like, that's my shirt. That's me. I never realized how big I was until I saw that picture. And that was after I had lost weight because I knew that's not what I looked like, you know, at that point. And so I'm like, dang, was I that big that I didn't even recognize this big old woman was me? And I did not recognize that that was me. I had no clue how big I was until after. Like, I just didn't see it. People would tell me I was big and I was like,
wow. Oh, what, man, you know what? I'm going to show y'all a picture of me. I don't know if y'all can tell, but I think I may have lost down some at this time, at this point. I think I was like maybe 350 something at this point, y'all. At this point. This picture right here, do y'all see that? Can y'all see? I was like 300 and maybe 53. I can't remember. I started losing weight right there. I don't know what just happened. Right here. Right here. Y'all, I promise you, I was big, but I felt like I was nobody could tell me I wasn't beautiful at 380. You know, you have people that are big, they don't have low self-esteem. You know, that's not for everybody. Because a person is big, it doesn't mean that they're sad, they overeat like Leilani talked about, they greedy. No, no. I mean, everybody have their testimony. Okay? And at that point, 380 pounds, I promise you, I feel like I am still this size. This right here, I feel like I'm still this size. I mean, when I look in the mirror, I still see this or the 380. I'm like, maybe because my fat or whatever, you know, because your fat is gonna drop, and you're gonna see the fat on your arm more because when I was fatter, it was full.
it was tight. It was tight.
Yes. And so now it's like, oh my goodness, am I big? And my husband be like, girl, he be laughing. He said, girl, if you lose that stomach, get that stomach cut off, and that fat off your arm, you gonna be a skinny mini.
Yeah, because that's what I can take this and fold it up. My arm ain't nowhere near as big as it looks with all extra skin that's hanging. And my stomach, I can take my stomach and fold my stomach in.
Me too. Me too.
And you know, unless you have the money to take it off, it's just there.
Wow. Okay, I'm gonna read some of these comments. I'm gonna try to go back.
This is me at my smallest.
Oh, Lelani, that's so pretty.
That's after. That's
Look at you.
my oldest baby. That's after I had her. So, like,
oh, let's talk about that.
I didn't get having children. I lost more when I had my baby.
So let's talk about that, because they do talk about, guys, when you have the sleeve or gastric bypass, you are subject to get pregnant. So I don't know if that happened to you after you had the surgery, or did you have your babies before the surgery?
I had my babies after my surgery. But I couldn't tell you if I just didn't have kids before, because I was a virgin before. So I got married after I had surgery.
Oh my goodness, y'all! We have another kudos. Woo! Who stays the virgin? You know that's God. Oh my goodness. Well. No, the weight loss surgery probably didn't have nothing to do.
I'm just mean. That was similar to I'm mean, and I just.
Oh my goodness. I am so excited to hear that. That is another story all by itself. Let's hear some of these people's testimonies as we go down. Let me see. Leilani, do you see any ones that you want to respond on? Because there's some people speaking to you too that you can see. Let's see. Let's see. Queen Crazy said, "That's me. I'm 5'9". I don't look like I weigh over 300 pounds. Wow, wow. Queen Crazy, did you have the surgery too? Because if you did, I would like to hear your
She
story.
just
She
had
just
it.
had it. I think I saw that. I think I saw that. We're so proud of you, and we would like to hear your journey as well. Let's see. Uh, She said, I love hearing weight loss journeys. Thank you so much. I'm excited about Leilani's journey. Just hearing about how her real testimony, you guys need to hear that being overweight and trying to get off the floor, it's not easy. And it is a scary thing. And I clear that happened to me at 380, and I had got down on the floor, and my knees were so tender and hurting that I struggled hard to get off the floor one time my own self at 380. So man, 600 pounds and pulling yourself up, that's amazing. Did you see any? Can you see it, Leilani?
Well,
The
Metro
comment,
was talking about
Leilani.
you having sugary drinks. That's another thing, y'all. Back when I first started losing, I was never a big soda drinker. I might have one or two sodas a day. But that was one of the first things that I cut out was back in '98. I stopped drinking sodas altogether. I don't drink carbonated drinks at all. But like, if you want to kickstart a weight loss, if you drink sodas, if you stop, you're gonna lose 10 pounds just from not drinking sodas. Like, they are seriously a weight putter on. Even if you don't drink a lot of it. Like, I only, maybe one or two is all I drank. But a soda, I don't know if it's the carbonation. Well, for one, carbonation does it, the way it bubbles up and expands, it's doing that in your stomach too. So it's stretching your
Oh
stomach so you
wow.
can eat more food.
Well, they do say within our surgery guys that we do not supposed to drink sodas and stuff like that. They don't. They recommend for us to stick to water. Eat what Fifi says. Yes, Leilani, you're dropping gems, and that is so awesome to hear. Whoa, congratulations, sis. Yes, all praises. Uh, I give you eats with Fifi. It's okay. Yes. Ms. Newton, she's congratulating you. People are so proud of you, Leilani. I mean, man, your testimony is awesome. Let's see, there was something that happened. Prayers goes to everyone. What you all been going through, I will catch you later. Hope you all have a blessed day. Thank you so much, Metro, for coming in. Congratulations, y'all. Y'all keep it up. Y'all looking really well and continue fighting negative thoughts and win, period. Thank you so much, Sunshine. We appreciate that. Hey, Tommy Bites, thank you for coming in. Hey, Frank, thank you for coming in. Welcome to the live. Eat with Phoebe said, I thought I was too cute at my heaviest. And I'm with you, Eat with Fifi with that. Leilani, how did you feel at that size?
Um, well, like I said, I've never thought I was ugly. I don't care what size I was. So I still just felt like me.
Wow.
And
That's
so,
how I feel too.
you know, it's
You
not,
know,
I
you
didn't feel like I was the most gorgeous then, and I was the most gorgeous, I just always felt like I felt like me. I look like me. And that's just,
just loved you, and I felt the same way. I was like with Fifi. I love myself when I was plus size as well as the size I am today. I thank God for that. Tommy Bite say I'm very proud of y'all. Thank you so much, Tommy. We appreciate that. Leilani wrote a book. Leilani write a book. You're gonna bless somebody. Yes, 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 yes. So I pray that this video circulate that people can hear Lelani's testimony of knowing that this young lady, you know, was on her way to. She worked every day. Um, she was productive, and one day fluid builds up in her back, and she's on the ground. People need to hear that. In other words, we need to hear that fear. We need to receive that fear as a warning. But what if she wouldn't have been able to walk again? That could have paralyzed her. And listen to you talk about your aunt. You were saying that your aunt had the surgery twice. And then she passed away from it. Oh, my heart right now, y'all. You know, we want to say, if you can get help, y'all, get help. Don't judge people that have surgery. You don't know. You know what I mean? This surgery is a tool. It is a tool. And it's up to us to do right by it, or we can do wrong by it. And we have a story on both ends. Somebody did wrong. Somebody did right. Somebody halfway did right. So you got the whole picture. So if you want to have the surgery, I encourage it, you know. But if you don't, it's fine. Do it the way you know how to do it. So, Lelani, back to you. What day was it or year was it that you decided that I'm going to do this? You talk to your doctor, and you say, I'm ready, and let's do this. What year was that?
Okay, so I started trying to get approved for the surgery around 99, because that's when I just wasn't losing. Like, I couldn't, but like I said, I wasn't eating, often enough anyway, but because I didn't realize that was the issue. But in 99, I started trying to get approved for the surgery. I was still living here in Oklahoma at that time, and I couldn't get approved. Like, I could not get approved, and I had amazing insurance. I could not get approved for the surgery here in Oklahoma for anything in the world. My grandfather died in Houston, my mom's dad. He died from cancer, and I moved to Houston. I put all my stuff in storage, and I moved to Houston to stay with my grandmother, because my grandmother had never lived alone. She was going to be by herself, and she asked me to come stay with her. So I took all my stuff, put it in storage, and I moved to Houston to stay with her. So when I moved to Houston, I started working at this lab, and I got some different insurance, and I was like, okay, let me try here. Now, in the middle, in between, like I told you, my aunt had surgery, and, it went all bad. She didn't lose weight. She gained weight, what have you. Well, in between, my mom had surgery in Houston. She had a lap band done. And like the day she had surgery, like I told you, my aunt almost died when she had her surgery. So I was at the hospital with her. Like, it was a whole situation. She was in intensive care. There was all this bad stuff was happening. My mom had hers. She called me before she went into surgery, and I talked to her. And then she called me 15 minutes after she came out of surgery, and I talked to her. And so when I'm listening to her, I know my pain tolerance, my tolerance for whatever comes from her. I know I'm like her when it comes to that. So when I'm I'm sitting a chit chat with her after she had surgery, I'm like, okay, I can do it. Because I can't go with my aunt, because my aunt was very dramatic. Even if she had a hangnail, like, it was a whole issue. It was a life and death situation. Like, she was a very dramatic person about everything. So you couldn't really go by what you see, because it wasn't necessarily real. Some of it was real, but some of it wasn't necessarily real. She was very dramatic with stuff. And so when my mom had hers, then I was like, okay, I can do it. Because now I can watch someone who's like I am, and I know it's not going to be, she's not overblowing, anything. So when we had a conversation before, and then we had a conversation after, I'm like, okay, I can do this. So that's when I was like, okay, let me try again. I tried in Houston, and I got approved. Now I got approved, but they wanted me to lose more weight, which my body has stopped. That's when I started doing the Weight Watchers, and I lost down to 399, and then it just wasn't moving any further. And I had to get them to understand how much I weighed prior. So he finally realized how much weight I had already lost. And that's why he went ahead and approved it and did my surgery. Because, you know, he wasn't going to, because he, you know, when you set up with the surgery, and they want you to lose so much weight once you are set up with them, like they want you to see you lose some weight. They want to see that you're dedicated. Well, I had already been losing before I got to him, you know, so he had to find my records and see what I had done by myself on my own, and see that, okay, now her body has just stopped at this point. She's lost a whole lot by herself, and he went ahead and approved it and did my surgery.
Now, I am excited to hear this because people need to hear this. If you are trying to lose weight, okay, you need to hear this. Some people are not approved instantly. Some people are subject to have to lose weight before they have the surgery, and we that's what I had to go through. I had to go through that same process. And let me tell you something, my journey has been over 10 years. It took me 10 years. Well, actually, more than 10 years. I had my surgery a year and 2 months, 2 or 3 months ago. And it took, my husband and I have been married 13. So it took almost 11 and a half years before I got approved. So I want to say, don't be discouraged. Let God open up the door for you when you do it. And shout out to Leisha for chiming in. She was on the channel, guys. If y'all want to hear her story, go back and watch her video. It is amazing. So now, Leilani, you know, went through the denial. You're in Texas. You have records on, you know, proof that I have lost over almost 300 pounds. Look, I'm really trying to try. I don't need any more hindrance. I don't need no more discouragement. I need you to do this for me. And I was able to prove as well, because insurance people don't play, y'all. Okay? They don't play. They want, if you have like legitimate insurance, and even down to Medicaid, y'all. Medicaid is cracking down too. You have to prove to them that you are losing weight. You have to go through like a 6 months approval. That means going to your doctor, seeing a psych doctor. If you smoke, I'm giving you some real information. If you smoke, you got to quit smoking. Um, you have to go through dietitian classes. You have to prove yourself. They don't play no more. So now, Leilani, you're in Texas, and this doctor says, okay, this girl is proving herself. We're gonna do this. When was that year that they said that?
Okay, so that was in it was in December of 2002. It was probably like the 15th or 16th of December. I had my surgery on December 22nd, 2002. Because when he said, okay, I'll do it, then he had to send me for, I had to have an endoscopy done, which is when they put the camera down your throat to your stomach and look around. I had to have a sleep study done. And I had to have, I think I had to have an echocardiogram done. And so I had all those done. Well, when they did my endoscopy, they realized that I had so many ulcers in the bottom of my stomach, the doctor just stopped trying to count. Like there were so many ulcers in the bottom. Like he started off counting ulcers, and it just got to the point where he was like, I give up. Like I had so many ulcers. So that had to be healed before I could have surgery. So they put me on 14 days of antibiotics to kill the bacteria that is in your body when you have ulcers. So they had to get rid of that bacteria before I could have surgery. And so that's why it was a gap from like, the 13th or whatever day it was to the 22nd. It was the 14 day, however many days 14 days is. That's where from the day he said I'll do the surgery to the day I actually had the surgery, because it had to be that many days of antibiotics first.
Oh, that is awesome, Leilani, to know that you have been a gastro patient for that long, and so you have kept down a good little amount of weight still, and we're very proud of you because a lot of people have converted back. And Talisha talked about, she said that's another that helped me up. I didn't smoke, but someone in my house did, and I was getting secondhand smoke, and I couldn't pay. Oh wow, wow! So guys, this secondhand smoke is real, y'all. So she didn't smoke, and it was in her system from somebody else. So the smoking is real. I didn't smoke, but I did know people that were in the class, and they had to stay in the class longer than 6 months because they could not pass the nicotine test. They don't play. They don't play. Um, let's see. You have to have a sleep study done. Did you do your sleep study too? Did you stop breathing, Leilani?
No, that was the other issue with me, why it was harder for me to get approved, because I didn't have any kind of morbidities. I never had high blood pressure. I never had high cholesterol, never had diabetes. I did not have sleep apnea. Like, I was completely healthy. I was just big.
I can relate
So
to that. I can relate to that.
we need to find something wrong with me. The only thing that was wrong with me, my back.
I can relate to that. I didn't have any whole lot of health issues either, and that hindered me as well. But then my doctor began to say that let's go ahead and do this for this girl because this can happen. So they begin to see the present. But me with my faith, my good faith, honey, I'm already healed, honey. So I was just overweight like Leilani. I just needed help to lose the weight. So therefore, did you have the support? What about support? The support system after you had the surgery.
Well, like I said, at that time I was living with my grandmother. So there's a person in the house with me, but I'm a really independent person. So I don't really ask for help. Even when I need help, I don't ask for help. But the only thing that I ever did ask her for after I had surgery was, prior to surgery, they had told us to get like some Gatorade and, get bottled water, blah, blah. Well, when I got the Gatorade, I just got the big jug of Gatorade. I couldn't pick it up. So the only thing that I ever did was I asked my grandma, I was like, can you pick this up for me, please? Because I couldn't pick up the Gatorade. Because it was too heavy, like it strained my stomach.
Wow, so you was very independent. You were very independent. I want to say shout out to my husband as well as Jardine. She flew out and helped me. She helped me through my journey. I must say, you guys, after surgery, everybody's different. But when I got out of surgery, woo, that pain was something else. I will say the pain was something else. Trying to cough, they want you to constantly cough and get the flame up and make sure so you won't get the flu and stuff like that. And you had to walk and My husband, he was there with the surgery. He stayed with me a couple of days, and then he had to go back to work. And I had a friend from North Carolina, which she moved from DC, and she flew in, and she just stayed with me. And I want to say thank you so much, Jordan, for helping me through my process. And uh, God is good, y'all, and we're getting ready to close it in. We only want to stay on for an hour, but Lelani has a wonderful testimony, guys. She didn't have to share her struggle, her lowest point, um, and now, and she didn't have to share her victory with us, but she did. And Leilani, I want to say thank you. Thank you for not being afraid to share that testimony. I wouldn't have never knew it. I wouldn't have never imagined that happened to you, your aunt, that happened to her, and the audience need to hear this. And back to uh, Crazy Queen, I think that's a queen of crazy. She was at odd. She was like, wow, surgery twice. She had a surgery twice. I was in the same. I was in the same like mindset. I was like, wow, oh my goodness, twice. I never heard of it, but you know, people need to hear these stories because it can be failure within this weight loss journey. Shout out to Sunshine People. Continue to lose your weight through your journey. She was 180. She's down. She said, I think she said 140. We're proud of you. Um, we're proud of you, and we're proud of everybody that came in and told their story. We appreciate every kind word. Talisha says having a good support system is so important. I had my mom and son. Did you lose friends because of jealousy? Oh, well, it seems like we're not gonna close out. Sound like we now. I'm gonna say I have not at this time. I have not experienced that because my friends, they're more in North Carolina, and they show me support. I don't know. They may not ever be jealous of me because in that way of looking or whatever, because I always felt, you know, uh, 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 like, don't even come for it. Don't even come for it. Y'all know don't come for that. But they just love me big or small. So that's the energy that I'm getting right now. But I do hear people talk about people that has lost weight that they become jealous of their friends. So Leilani, I'm gonna give that to you.
Well, I didn't really lose friends, but there were some arguments. My best friend, we used to hang out together all the time. And, we would go like every weekend when I was off, we, like might pick a restaurant that we're going to go out and eat at or something like that. Well, she's always been the slowest person. So slow. And, prior to me having surgery, like I said, I only ate once a day, so, whatever we were going to do, that was going to be my only meal. But it didn't really matter whenever it finally happened. Well, after surgery, I got to eat every 2.5 hours. So I could get to her house. If we said we were going to go to Golden Corral, or Ryan Steakhouse or something, and we said, we're going to go and we're going to eat at 12 o'clock. I would get to her house at 10 or 11 so I could play with my goddaughter and entertain her while she goes ahead to get ready. Try to give her some, free time. When I tell you at 6, 7 p.m., she would still not be ready to go. And after surgery, it became a problem. Like prior to, and this is how she just always was this way. She's just really, really slow. Prior to surgery, it wasn't a thing. But after surgery, it's like, I can't. We were supposed to eat at noon. I can't wait until 6 p.m. because at this point, I'm only eating a teaspoonful of food at a time anyway. And I done missed like 12 teaspoons at this point. Like, I can't wait on you. So we got in some arguments.
So you lost your friend not because of jealousy, but it sounds like because you're not able to do what you used to do. And
Yeah, it's
so
an inconsideration kind of thing.
yeah, it's
But
like
I didn't
yeah.
lose her. Like we were still friends, but we couldn't hang out the same as we used to.
Okay. So that you guys, we need to hear that. We need to hear that because it's the same thing in my household. I can't eat the way that I used to eat. Y'all, I was trying to close this out. Y'all pulling out some information. Thank you so much for pulling that out, Talisha. Yeah, some people get jealous and some people stop being your friend because you can't do what you used to do or eat the way that you eat. And Crazy Queen said, um, tell it, Talisha, I lost so many friends after surgery. Wow. Wow.
But you also realize the amount of people that use you for certain things,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't really realize it. After surgery, there's certain things that you realize that people were doing
Hmm.
that you didn't really pay attention to.
Hmm.
And then after surgery, you're like, wait a minute, did she only ever call me when she wants blah, blah, blah? And it's like stuff like that pops up.
Oh wow. This is a learning moment. Talisha says, I had friend that watched that video yesterday, and I was asking how did I do, I guess. Did only thing she could say was my shirt was too big. Yeah, I can't stand that. I ain't trying to bring any negativity, but I promise you, with the weight loss journey, nobody ain't gonna be buying no whole lot of clothes until they finish losing weight. I have so many clothes that you may see me come on here and it's big, and then you may see me something that is just right or whatever. But no, I'm sorry. That is hurtful. She was looking for negative, and she received. I mean, she was looking for positive and received negative. I mean, what you had on was fine to me. You looked fine to me. Didn't look big to me. Shirt was too big. I was a little seriously, seriously. That the only thing that you can say, yeah, some people can be straightforward and say things that are hurtful, but be encouraged. Be encouraged. Thank you, Ms. Newton. That's sad. People be so jealous. Yes, eat with FeFe. They can be, especially women. We as women can be beasts. If you ain't able to, say rebuke that spirit, in the name of Jesus, because that ain't right. You shouldn't think about your sister that way or your brother that way. If you don't have that willpower, you would let that spirit range, and it's ugly. It is very ugly. Eat with FeFe. I want to tell you, girl, them braids are you. Them braids are you. You need to keep that. When I tell you, them braids got you looking like you, girl, in your early 20s, well, late 20s, girl. Yes, you coming through. Um, Talisha, at Talisha, real jealousy is nasty. It's very nasty. Oh, it's nasty. I'm telling you, it's so ugly. It is so ugly. Well, the Bible talks about that. Jealousy is cruel as the grave. When I say that, when I repeat that, y'all, that means that they will kill you. If they be so jealous of you, girl, people would literally take your life over something you ain't even thinking about. You just got your hair did. You just feel good about yourself or whatever, and you don't think nothing about nothing else, nobody else. You just feeling good about you, and they will take your life. It's sad. You, Lelani, help me out with these questions. You grab them because this is about you. Ah, goodness.
Yeah, but I just let my clothes are about falling off of me. I didn't buy clothes. I refused to buy clothes. I kept wearing the same thing until my pants were literally falling off my butt. I bought a pair of pants. Like, and I didn't buy shirts. Like, I was like, no, I'm not buying shirts. They're not falling off. It's still, it holds around my neck. It's on my shoulders. I wasn't buying clothes.
No, and then you done lost. You be lost next week. Done lost 30 more pounds.
Yeah.
And no, I'm not doing it. I'm laughing at Queen of Crazy. Did you see her? She said my friend got mad. Sweetheart, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at it. It's so real. This is so real, y'all. She said my friend got mad at me because I don't cook anymore, and I don't need him to forgive me because I'm telling you, we as big people, we do. We rely on people. And you would think that they would be happy for you because we don't have to call them no more. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But people, she is not telling a story, y'all. People will get mad with you because they so used to you depending on them. They so used to you depending on them that they will get mad with you. I'm sorry that, and I feel sorry. My heart goes out to him, and I will say kudos to him because that was love. That was really love for me anymore. He be getting mad. I'm sorry. I'm a tickle box. I'm a tickle box too, y'all. I got that from my mom. Yeah, people get mad with you for small things. You think in your mind that person will be happy, but I do feel his heart because evidently that person really, really loved you. That's a sign of love. They really loved you. And Leilani, let me ask you this. And I know we've both been closing out, but this is so good. Uh, did you have people that you found to be um a person that you depended on a lot, like I did, like depended, like give me this, give me that, or something like that, and they just do it. They just love. They was just do it. And once you had the surgery, you realized, dang, I am very grateful. I am my person I depended on a lot was my husband. Like he would do and help me with anything, anything. And I appreciate him for that from the bottom of my heart. Did you have anybody that you like found that they would do a lot for you when at your heaviest weight, or you just
No.
was?
Like I said, I was always independent. I didn't have people helping me. So I don't have that. Now since I've been, like I got injured, since I lost weight, now it's my daughter. So now I have that because, after I got hurt, when I couldn't walk for 2 years. And so every 5 seconds was Rayon. I couldn't move.
Wow. So therefore, we want to encourage you now, to keep moving, keep getting back. We're on our grind to 2020, y'all. For real. 2020 is our year. We're back. We're gonna get back focused. And I want to say shout out to the mukbang. Um, the Mukbang Rebels team. I am so super hyped about this team. We're together and we're supporting each other. We're helping each other. So, guys, y'all watch us. We will be posting our videos. Will drop on Saturdays at 6 a.m. What Pacific time?
Yeah.
And so, therefore, guys, y'all look out for our videos. We're excited about what we're doing. And we just thank God for you all. Man, I'm hoping I can close out real soon. But it reads, I'm going to read some of this stuff and we're going to sum this up, guys. It says, it's really bad when you were always the big one. Now you're the small one. These fake friends will turn their nose up so quick. It is sad. It is. Girl laughing is funny. Thank you for laughing with me because I wasn't laughing at you, but I was laughing at it because it's so true. Tracy, motivation. Thank you for coming in, sweetheart. Hey, Tracy, y'all, if you guys are not subscribed to the channels on here, please do. Leilani, she has a channel. Ms. Newton, Tracy Motivation, I love her. Every morning she gets some motivation. Queen, Eat with FeFe. It's just the list go on. Everybody that's on here, shout out to you guys. Ms. Newton said, and that's okay, Talisha. If it took you getting small for them to show you who they really are, be grateful, smile, love on yourself. You don't need them. That's so true. Just keep going forward. Pray for them. I heard of so many marriages end because of weight loss surgery. That is so crazy to me. Yeah, a lot of people have because they a lot of times the men and the women's because they is men and women's that do have this surgery. We're gonna sum this up, and they begin to feel themselves. So that's why that happens. Okay. I ain't never feeling myself too much because my husband been good to me when I was big and small. So honey, no.
Well,
No.
sometimes it's not it though. Sometimes the man likes a big woman.
Well, true. Well, we can pull that in too, cause I don't want to make it just one sided. True, the person can want a big woman, and they uh end up separating for that, or they a lot of times the ladies or the men can start feeling themselves and start looking at other areas. So you're right. It's a lot of reasons behind it, but you got to stay focused. You got to stay focused. That's it. Thank you for saying Happy New Year's. Ms. Newton, Happy New Year's to you.
Because
Yes, the
there's some people that are in those codependent relationships, like it's, the man is with her because she's big and he takes care of her and he does it all. And then she has weight loss surgery and now she don't need that care anymore. That's what he
Yeah,
likes.
you right. Well, let me ask my husband. You ain't going nowhere, is you, Daddy? I'm gonna put some weight back on. Nah, nah, he love me both ways. He love me, right, Daddy? Daddy, you love me both ways. He over there, y'all. He say, I thank God for my husband, y'all. I thank God for you, sis, for coming to the live. And guys, I'm going to close out in prayer after Lelani gives her last words of encouragement to you all. Thank you, Leilani, for your awesome testimony. As Eat with Fifi stated, please write a book. Think about writing a book because somebody need to hear that. That encouraged me. Your story encouraged me to get back focused because I don't want to be in a place that I'm on my knees again and I can't get up or I can't get down there to pray because I'm so heavy on my knees and stuff like that. I don't want that, and I ask God to forgive me for backsliding um, in my weight loss journey, for Him to make this journey happen for me and for me to work against it. I ask God to forgive me. But I'm going to put it in your hands and we'll close out in prayer.
Okay. So I will tell more of my story every Saturday when we put out our Mukbang Rebels.
Thank you
So I'll
so
go
much.
further, into my story there.
Thank you so much.
But yeah, I want everyone to be encouraged. If you need to go the route of weight loss surgery, it is a tool, but it is a tool that you have to be ready to use. If you are not ready to change, you're not ready to follow rules and do what you need to do, don't do it. Because I lost my aunt. Because after she had that first surgery, after I had my surgery, she called me and she said, "Do you think I should have the one that you had?" And now, again, mine is the one where you go in and take out intestines and reroute stuff. And I was like, "Are you going to follow the rules?" And she said, you know, I'm not following the rules. And I said, then no, you shouldn't do it. She did it anyway. And of course, she still didn't follow the rules. The day she went home from the hospital, she had my papa go buy her some gumbo, and she tried to eat gumbo, swallowed a piece of shrimp, and had to go back in the hospital and get cut back open again. If you don't want to follow, don't do it, because it's not easy. It don't just, you know, you don't have surgery and then just weight just starts falling off of you and everything is hunky dory. You have to change, and you have to follow the rules that they tell you. You gotta drink water. If you don't drink water, you will die. You will die. If you don't eat, you will die. Like, it's just, it's not easy, and it's not just like this simple fix. So if you're gonna do it, be ready to actually do it. Don't do it if you're just thinking it's gonna be something easy and you can just do whatever you want anyway. Don't do that. Don't do it to yourself at all. Mm-mm.
Wow. Wow. You just touched my heart. Thank you so much once again. Thank God for all the viewers that came in. I appreciate you guys. Share out this video so other people can hear Leilani as well as my story. And we hopefully will be having more people on the show to talk about the weight loss journey and many other things um, to come within 2020. Um, uh, Double dose, thank you for coming in. I appreciate you as well. But we're getting ready to go, and I'm going to pray over us in this 2020, that I speak victory over our lives in Jesus' name. Dear Heavenly Father, in the name of Jesus, Father, I thank you so kindly, God, for this platform once again. God, that you would truly have your way in our lives. Thank you for Lelani sharing her testimony, God, to the world. God, we don't know who's going to see this video, Father, but we ask you, God, to touch those individual hearts, their minds, God, that they will be changing, that you will open up doors that no man can close, and close those doors that no man can open. Father, we thank you for what you have done in our lives. Most of all, we ask you to forgive us for our sins, our shortcomings, God, and help us to be better within 2020. Bless the viewers once again, and we thank you for their victory in 2020 as well. In Jesus' name I pray, and we say amen. Amen. God bless you, and thank you once again. And I'm going to close out by saying blessings.